Vod of you. Hello people on YouTube, hello people in Twitch chat. Let's see what went wrong for the Reign on map 2 here. This is part 2 of the Reign versus Eternal. We've already done Busan. So now we're going to get into the other free maps. I think they will be a bit quicker because Busan was a very long map. Okay, so let's get into this. We've got Paris Eternal here. They are playing Reign Zarya, which is very, very unnormal, right? And then they've got Doom or Reaper against the Reign's more standard. McCree, you'll see this everywhere, right? This is meta right now. Once hero bans come or are there, this obviously isn't gonna be meta because Free Reign aren't here anymore. But let's look at this comp from Eternal because that is not normal. We've got the Zarya, which it's very interesting, right? Zarya is obviously a pick on King's Row because there's so much high ground and Diva's strength is low ground. But Zarya takes a very long time to set up, and you can punish her very easily when she doesn't have her bubbles up. What the Eternal want to do is they want to bubble the Doomfist on his engage and try to engage really fast because as you can see they have no range damage at all, and the Reigns have quite a bit of range damage. They have the Kree and the Mei who can do a lot of range damage. So Eternal want to get in there really fast. They want to get their Zarya 80 energy with ally bubble on Nico and self bubble, and then they want to look for a pick. What Reign can do, they can wall Ben Best when Eternal goes in, and this is why the Mei's so strong, right? Because they can aggress on Ben Best, but if they get one shot by Nico, that's bad. So the Eternal comp is kind of like a gamble, I would say, that Nico can get a lot of value out of the Doomfist, and that they can hard engage before the Reign can get value out of their picks, right? Because the Reign have a lot more range damage, and they have the Diva. Hello, Bane of Balor. Welcome to the stream. You see how Hanbin already used both his bubbles here? He used them for energy, so he's 60% energy right now. But this makes it so the Eternal have to wait until they have both cooldowns back. Good thing for them though is that the Reign's pretty far away, so they can't take advantage of the time when bubbles are down. Like, you really want to engage once Zarya bubbles are down. That's a very good time, especially when they're used for energy like that. You can't really engage past the statue. Very awkward. Doom's gonna punch you, so it's fine for Reign to wait, right? The Reign get a pick because they have the range damage. Eternal has to leave. But as you can see, because the Reigns have so much more range damage, Hip is building his nano a lot faster than Dogman is, because the Reign simply isn't taking poke because there is no poke. So what a potential strategy from Paris Eternal here is just wait for nano. They're 70% already. Let your team take some more damage and then go in with it. Nico's going in. He gets bubbled, right? This is what we were talking about. So Hanbin farmed energy, and now they're going in with Nico with bubble. Reign's peeling for this. Hello, Kate. How are you doing? Nico didn't get too much done, right? But he created a lot of space for his team. And now it's up to the rest of Eternal to go in quickly. This wall from Earthster. Let's look at this wall. So he uses it while Nico goes in, so there's no follow-up, right? It makes a lot of sense. It's a good wall. Very smart wall. There can be no one helping him right now. Dogman lives. But he had to use Nade, which is pretty bad, right? And now Eternal's gonna have their nano because they took so much damage. So Nico did die. That's obviously really bad. And that was all due to that wall, I think, from Earthster, and I don't know why Nico used all his cooldowns to get in. So like Reign have a big advantage right now. And then the Nano comes out. Bembest is swinging really hard. Urster is dealing with the Reaper flank right now. But I really feel like his free should be going on Bembest, who's just swinging. Why do you think Atlanta struggled so much this match? I think Eternal played a tempo higher than the Reign did. Like, they used their cooldowns before the Reign could. So the Reign had to use their cooldowns defensively a lot, while Eternal got to use them offensively. An example is like an Ana nade, right? If Hip throws a big nade before the Reign do, right, then Dogman's gonna have to use his nade defensively to like save somebody. Hey Risky, welcome to the stream, buddy. No. So because Urster's busy dealing with the Reaper, which in a vacuum would be fair, right? But the Reign was swinging on his team, they created so much space. And then the Reign's poke damage kind of worked against him. Baby Bay does pick off a few people, but at the end of the day, like, the Nano Reign just killed your whole team.
Cheers, love.
Thanks for the follow, Risky. Hanbin's fully charged. So like, all the Reign's poke damage kind of worked against them because Hip got the Nano first. Dogman doesn't even have it yet. So this is something interesting that I've been seeing in this meta, right? Where teams will not poke on purpose because once the Ana like gets Nano faster than your Ana, then you get to win a fight like this for free oftentimes because there's no Shatter to like deal with the Reinhardt. So the only thing that can deal with it is like the May freeze. Very interesting. Baby does kill a few people, but at this point it's not looking too hot.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Okay. Then second fight, obviously because Eternal won that fight, right? But they used Nano. This is like really good for Reign that they didn't like stagger very hard or very long. Now they're 6 stacked up. They can hold the arch, which is a very good spot to hold. So Reign did a good job dying quickly. Hold arch. They can play the shield wall, right? It should be very adamant for Eternal to like push really hard through this choke and like don't let up gas. Because the Reign should just win the long fight because they have less burst damage but more like sustained damage, right? Creed has a lot of DPS. May is very good when she can freeze people, right? And then the Diva doesn't do as much DPS as the Zarya, but Diva can like deny and eat a lot of ults and fire strikes. So Pokpo should have a pretty easy time getting his ult, while Bembest shouldn't be able to do it at all. Dogman should be able to get like relatively easy nades. Hip shouldn't be able to nade. Like should have a lot harder time to nade. But this is a good wall from the Reign because they have the Nano. Can go in with it. First their ults too because you don't have a Diva, so all your May ults are free. But then Baby Base dies to a flanking Eggsy. Good flank from it. Come from here. Come from. Does he just TP in? So he TP's in. That's great. So definitely, like whenever Reaper TP's in, TP's right in front of Baby Bay. That's very interesting. So Baby Bay should definitely cancel the high noon. Does, but a little too late. And then Masa does a good job of fighting the Reaper, right? It's his job, but at the end of the day, he already killed Baby Bay now. That's very bad. Get the Ryan because of the great mail. And then Pokpo cleans up. Nico does some kind of rollout with the Doom, but does a good job cleaning up.
Boosters engaged.
And again, Reign should have like an easier time getting all their ults out than the Eternal should. Like this grab is like not that hard to get past the Diva, right? But if Hawk pays a lot of attention, he could still eat it. Like grab is easier to get off than Mail to definitely. Eggsy TP's in again. They shield him, and 4 people are like going to deal with Eggsy. Safes out, but look at this, like where the rest of the Reign is. Like you've got the backline over here just because the Reaper TP, and then the front line's still up here. Now Mei and Rein are like really durable, right? Like they don't just get killed because the Mei can always protect the Rein. But Pokemon gets slept here too, which is really bad. Not bad for Pokemon, but it's like really bad for the Reign, right? So yeah, he shatters, Hanbin blocks it, and Benbest blocks it. And Nico punches it. But what I'd really like to see the Reign do is like use their walls more aggressively. Like you see how, again, this is a really passive wall. And just because they have more poke doesn't mean they can't go aggressive with walls. Like right here. First their walls defensively. Maybe because Eggsy's TP'd in. But again, this comes down to the Eternal making the play first, right? Like, let's say Eternal drop and they wall this and they block the Ana heals and they go aggro. That'd be a lot better, right? If you wall right here on the high ground, you block off the Rein and the Zarya, and then you just go into the Rein instead of being scared for the Reaper TP. Look at how far back they are. Eggsy gets bubbled. And then everybody's out. Pretty hard for the Reign at this point. Doom also goes on the backline. Doom gets stunned. Good beat from Masa to help the front line here. Kill the Doom. And Benbest shatters Popo. Benbest also gets frozen. Oh wait, Hawk almost ate that. Holy crap. Watch that again. What just happened?
Easy.
Ready to initiate self-destruct
Hold that,
sequence.
Hawk almost ate it. You see it coming in from the side from Hanbin? Really ate it too. After this, the Ryan's gonna swing on you, right? Reaper even died, didn't he?
Routing power to forward shield. Come on.
A nice wall on Hanbin. You can kill me, that'd be big. Gets out. This wall had just been a little more forward, then Hanbin would have definitely died there. He's 1 HP, Ursa was trying to freeze him. That's unfortunate. Oh, Hawk, you got a down point, buddy. But I mean, the Reign still got another fight here. The problem's been for them that this Zarya's been like full energy all this time. A lot of pressure on them, right? But again, they're on the back foot there. I think even though they have a really aggressive comp, you can still abuse Mei walls for engages. And again, pair like go in like a bunch of man-mans. I wasn't even ready for the camera there. A good wall. Damn. There's just like freezing Bembes right here. That's nice. That's a really good wall. They beat. They still nano. They nano Pokeball, so good counter nano. Hey baby. But then, oh my god, they're about to win this fight. But then FD got boobs Dogman. Look at this mad lad. Like, the Reign is in prime position to win this fight after this wall.
Let's get patched up. Oh, let's break it.
He got beat. And then Dogman gets booped by the FD god.
This.
He even uses Urster's head as a platform. But this is very bad for the Reign because of course Anna is your most important character on the team. She does all the healing. Pokeball even blocks Bembes Shatter. Then it's mated. Dogman's dead. Hawk bombs, but it only breaks shield. And then Baby Bay also gets slept. So like really clutch plays from the Eternal supports. But it all comes down to Eternal being so proactive, right? Like they are mega proactive. They use their nano aggro. Use their like mind positioning really aggro. Used all their cooldowns really aggro. But they're all going aggro together. And even though the Reign should have won this fight, but because they're so aggro and fighting in a spot where FD God could get a boop, they end up winning it. So very nice. And it just all comes down to Eternal playing and putting Reign out of their comfort zone. They're playing really fast, right? Playing like the fastest Overwatch I've seen yet in this meta. Where they're using like all their cooldowns really aggressively off cooldown. Very impressive. And come back in. Eggsy's on a flank. And Pawpaw gets slept again. So Hip's making big plays right now. Because the sleep on the right here is really big, right? Like they want to go aggro with the male because there's no diva to eat it. So you can use it really early. But then Hanmin comes in, he uses his ult first, right? On both supports, so good ult from Hanmin. Pokeball slept. Urster does use his ult, but there's nobody in it. Oh, there's a Lucio in it. Lucio and Orion. Fight's going on in here. Hanmin used his ult in there. Okay. A nice clutch from Reign. Now they really want to get the Zarya, because you don't want her getting out with energy. But Hanmin clutches the frick out. He kills Baby Bay. Full energy Zarya, so dangerous. Oops him up first, traps him, and bubble so he won't get frozen, right? And then Pokemon like trying to chase him on the side here, but he'll even kill Urster here if, you know, Urster isn't dealt with. Very impressive play from Hanmin. And as the Zarya, you kind of always want to like be in a position where you can like get out of the fight, because if you give up that 100 energy, that's a shame, right? Like, so if you can live, really want to live. And then because Baby Bay's dead, this fight's lost, right? Very clutch plays from Hanmin. Like first he grabs both supports, kills them. Then his team starts losing the fight because of the Urster ult. and then he like knows that he has to back out and kill someone on the retreat. Very cool. Okay, they're holding even more aggro. Like Eternal has to be the aggroest team we've seen so far. They were so aggro with this playstyle. Bembest was like freed up to swing a lot. Ursa comes in with a good wall. It can't really heal here, but they can still back out. Okay. Bembest. Get on. Look for shatters. Gets blocked by Bembest again. So Bembest has done a really good job on this map. He didn't do as good of a job on Busan. Or actually, Pokpo found shatters like beside the Rhine on Busan. But Bembest here has done a really good job forcing out blocking shatters.
The payload is approaching its destiny.
And you see how aggro Eternal are? They're in the spawn, dude. The cart's almost there and they're in the spawn still. So Hawk has to go touch, obviously. Then that just frees the Reaper up to shoot more because there's no D.Va.
Nerf this.
Hawk ults point. What a snowball, dude. Like that clutch from Hanbin freed up so much that they picked basically cost the Reign a fight, right? Even though the Reign took the first fight, the second fight, and the third fight here, they were never really able to like reset the Hanbin charge counter. I don't think Hanbin died once. Well, on first point, the Ana got the nano boost like quicker, which lost them that. And then second fight, Reign got split up. I think second fight, Reign could have been more aggro because they had the nano boost advantage.
0 to 3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Okay. Watch the Eternal defense, where I think they play the more standard comp.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh yeah, so they do play the standard comp now. But I still think they play mega aggro. I think the sickness for the Eternal gave them the power of aggro. That's what must have happened, right? Like Urster comes in with a great wall on Bembest. Nico does a good job not getting like caught out by the wall. Still, this wall is blocking heals. So this is when the Reign really wants to go aggressive. But like, baby base all the way over here. Hawk's fighting D.Va. So actually Eternal wins like the early fight. Urster's forced to ice block, which you really don't want. Want to save cooldowns, obviously. Hawk gets frozen. Hawk dies. Look at how aggro the Eternal's playing. They didn't even wall there. It's like Urster's the one that got the wall, but the Reign just didn't press W into it. Eco gets his ice block forced, but Hawk's still out of mech. Hanbin gets D-mech because Babyface been off angling. Both stun each other over here. Pokpo takes Bembest for a ride. Right into Baby. I think that Kree battle there is interesting too, right? Like, you'll often see Kree try to go for this flank. To like come through hotel and shoot people in the side. Watch a big POV. Shoots out Hanbin. Went low. Both stun each other.
Excuse me.
Both hit a body shot. And then Baby peeks back in. But Eggsy goes really aggressive on the off angle and Baby doesn't expect it. Pokpo charges. Best. I think they kill him. But Eggsy knows that Baby's 1 HP. Kills him. Meanwhile, FD God is 1v1ing Dogman in the back line. What is happening even? Herster and Mouse are killing people on the front line. This is madness. Oh, this is Spark. Eggsy was so good this match. Hawks won. He knows, or Hawk Remix, he knows Eggsy's won. He tries to go for him, but nah. But the good thing for the Reign here is that they have closer spawns, right? So they get to come back quicker. They get to take advantage of positioning on point because you see where the Ana and the Mage just spawned. They've got a long way to go. Well, the Reign also just spawned, but they're a lot quicker, right? Like especially with Masa speed boosting people back. The Reign should be in like a good position on point here. And they've also taken more damage, so they built the nano boost. They have nano boost advantage. So what the Reign really want to do is aggressive wall, nano boost the Reign, go hard, you know? Dogman sleeps Bambest. They walled him too. And then FD God dies. Masa where? I guess he just dies to spam. But that's like really big. And now the Eternal's pressured to go point. FD God was really close to B2. So killing him is a really big deal. Stun comes out from Baby. And maybe they could have stun shattered there, but I think Pokpo was afraid of the high noon from Eggsy. High noon comes out. Yeah, Baby goes for flashbang, but if Pokpo shatters here and Eggsy's a little more forward, he dies. And Hawk's matrixing, so they could have went for the shatter. But again, Reign is up, so they don't have to. Then they try to wall Pokpo, but he does a good job of not getting walled. And then a good wall from Urster. Kind of locks out Bambest. Oh my god, Pokpo tries to shatter, but he gets slept. It's been pretty clutch so far. He does end up winning this fight. Clean up, clean up, clean up, clean up. Or clean up. And then King's Row is really a point where ideally on the first point, you die early on the point so that you don't get any bad spawns, because normal spawns are here, right, for first point, but the bad spawns, they're all the way back here. So it takes a long time for everyone to get back. So long that you cannot take this first arch fight anymore, and I view this arch fight as really strong. If you come back later, because you had bad spawns, you have to take the fight around here. And then the last fight isn't as good either, because you have to take it all the way back here, when ideally you'd hold this corner, right? Urster is a god. Good night, my dudes. Good night, Kate.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
So it's bad for Eternal that they won't be able to take the arch fight here because they're getting these bad spawns here.
Boosters engaged.
It's not the end of the world, but still, you'd rather have that close spawn. See, they come around, they get to hold library. Reign only had one on cart. But this library is like not as good as the arch, right? And the Reign have a lot of ults here. So does Eternal, I guess. Kind of even with ults. The Reign just have them, and the Eternal almost have them. So I'd like to see like the Reign go aggressive here. Like again, they're so passive.
It's Han.
Maybe by high noons, but Like, Eternal is in their face again. Like, they should have used this High Noon a little bit earlier. Baby dies. The High Noon was late. Like, I think... Let's see. The Reign is ready to High Noon right now, right here. Then they can't push like that, right? Because there's still people gone. Then Eternal have to back up. But now Baby just gets pushed into. Well, like, even being able to do it now. But they're extremely late on the draw. And then when the enemy team High Noons, you do either one of two things, right? You engage or you disengage. And oftentimes what teams will use is just to use it to like clear a corner or make the enemy team disengage. But when you do it this closely, Eternal can choose to engage and pressure the High Noon so that the D.Va can get the perfect matrix positioning, right? And I feel like the Eternal as a whole have been really favorable of like getting on these High Noons and trying to kill Baby Bay. They did it earlier too when it didn't work on Busan. But here, like, one, he's not getting matrix right now. Two, Pokeball's on the other side of the cart. Then Hawk does eat Nico ult. Good job, Hawk. But I mean, your Kree's dead. That's not a good trade. Urster gets an insane ult. Like, this was a really big ult because it freezes the enemy Ana. Really need to kill this Ana too. Two. And then win the fight off that. So nice clutch from Urster. Wait, whoa. Lose the fight. I forgot about this. The legendary D.Va ult from Hanbin. They're one up right now because Baby Bay's dead. Now they're even. But almost all of the healing's gone from the Eternal, right? Where's Exit right? Okay, he's in the back.
Ice wall coming up.
So Nico ice walls himself in because Urster's freezing him, I guess. And Urster just jumps into him. Where's David to tell you Paris is better? I don't know. I think he's slacking off right now. I think Eternal Academy has trials today. Contenders trials. But what happens here? Nico goes and aggressively freezes Pokpo. Nico's in Pokpo's face still. He's trying to block. Urster walls up. But that Pokpo gets frozen. And then the bomb kills Free. So if Urster had walled closer to the bomb, then this wouldn't have happened. Playing 18 now though? Oh sick. That going on? Hey Seppi, what's going on? Don't think I don't remember our God tier team. And my God tier main support.
Check this out.
Main lose, wow. So that D.Va bomb was very clutch. Nico and Hanbin have been very coordinated on these D.Va bomb into Mei phrases. I mean, matters, fight's already over. Yeah, I guess the Reign could have come back if Baby didn't die there because they're up in numbers. But again, Eternal have been like good on enabling their D.Va bombs with the Mei freeze from Nico. And this is something else I've been seeing teams do. They've been walling up their own D.Va bomb so it goes over cover. So I'll see if we can see that later in this
Let's see you get past this.
match, but Stalled Hawk. Everybody from the Eternals back now. And again, as I've been saying, like this arch is a really good spot to hold. Especially when there's no card in there, because you can just wall this off. and then there's nobody that can help you. They need to kill the wall for you. The Reign have the nano here. So they have nano boost advantage just for a second. The Reign should try to look for a really aggressive engage with the nano boost, I feel.
Let's do this.
Okay, so Nico whiffs wall. This is really good for the Reign, right? Because now Reign have a like a 10 second I think it is cooldown on wall to look for a wall on Ben Best and like rush him with the nano boost. They have to do it quick since Kip's also farming it, but go for Eggsy High Noons. Can you see how early Eggsy is on the High Noon compared to the Reign earlier? Like maybe Reign could still charge in here, but I feel like he's a lot further than Baby Bay was earlier, right? I guess this is a longer point too. Burster tries to wall off the High Noon, but he kind of whiffs. And now it's up to Hawk to eat it. B2. This High Noon's been charging for a while. And Best shatters. Nice block.
Time to raise my APM.
Baby Bay gets stunned by shatter somehow? Wait a second. How did Baby Bay get stunned by that shatter?
APM
Thought Football like fully blocked that. Wow, he's so unlucky, dude. Look at that. It like went through the side just like a slight bit. He gets shattered. It's not the end of the world because he still has the beat, but still bad. And then Eggsy has it for one more second. The Reign is like perfectly LOSing it.
Time to raise my APM.
And it drops. Tried to shoot it last second, but there's nobody. And then, wow. And then Pokpo snipes him with the Fire Strike. Hanbin didn't have his Matrix up because he was trying to Matrix earlier. So Benmes could save some shield. And then the Reign should just win the fight off that, right? Yeah. That's good for the Reign. They used their support ults. But at the end of the day, like winning that fight, really good. That's shatter from Benmes. Went past this shitty.
Time to raise my APM.
You see how again, like, even though they're trying to win that fight, they use their High Noon really aggressive. They use their shatter aggressive. Their wall like pretty early, but aggressive, you know. The Reign had to use their beat defensive. They used the nano defensive. So it's like the turn are just like high tempo this match. It's a great wall, but I feel like they have to go in with it. Like Bembest is the one swinging. But he's the one that got walled. So Bembest gets the nano.
It's happening.
A good wall from Nico. Oh, it blocks the Baby Bay ult. That's a stick wall. Puck gets out without getting frozen. Then this High Noon's good, right? Because this High Noon denies the nano Reign from swinging. Nico ults. Nice. Hawk eats the Nico ult again, so this is the second time in a row I think he's eaten the ult. He's done a much better job on this than he did on Busan.
I think your clock's off.
And it's like really hard to ult Azame against Diva, right? You kind of need to play the mind game on the Matrix. And once you see the Matrix go down, you can ult like close to you for about a second. But after that, she has it up again, right? She can eat. Your Mei ult is like a very hard game. Like what you'll see Mei's often try to do is like try to wall in front of them and then instantly ult. But even then, what Divas can do after is like fly on top of your wall, right? They'll try to yeet it. So it's like much harder to get your Mei off than it used to be, like getting Zarya ult off because that goes so quick. Comparison. See what happens here. So the wall comes out. Pokemon tries to shatter under the payload. But Bembest blocks it. A lot of block shatters this game. I feel like both these teams haven't been that good at setting up their team shatter, you know? Like, oftentimes you'll see teams focus shield really hard when they have shatter, or stun shatter, or maybe like free shatter, which is like a low probability. But both these Ryans have just been trying to like YOLO shatter early in the fight. Which, I mean, I don't think it's bad. But it is different from what I've seen from some different teams. Not gonna lie, this makes me miss goats. It all feels so simplified. I don't really miss. I mean, this is really similar to goats to me. Like, fights go long. Ult usage is important. Playing aggressive is important, right?
No.
Your carry is the Kree instead of the Zarya. I feel like it's pretty similar. Hanbin just goes on Baby Bay. Hanbin just kills Baby Bay. What? Baby Bay's getting focused out. So much. Hanbin's on high ground. Hawk goes and contests him. Hanbin just flies out. We're at the back line here.
No.
What the hell is this? They need to either stun the diva or sleep the diva. Oh, Dogman doesn't have nade. And then Han just 100 to COs him. I didn't have it. That's crazy, man. No, he tried to YOLO sleep the diva. And he doesn't heal. Oh, he has to reload. That's so unlucky, dude. He has to reload right as the diva goes on Dre.
Nerf this.
Get the heals off. That was so aggressive from Hanbin. But Hanbin went that aggressive because even if he gets D-Mech there, he can diva ult right here, right? And then he can probably get out and remech. So it's like to create space, and then he will likely still live with Diva Bomb. The only way Diva goes that aggressive is she has Diva Bomb. Really good way to use it in my opinion. Anyway, win that fight just off that pick, I feel. I don't know. Maybe. Haven't looked at her enough. Oh, and then Hawk's gonna get staggered for a million years. They can sleep him, they can freeze him. Yeah, Wiz is kinda lucky. If he just hits him with one shot there, that's fine. No, definitely not. Imagine counting Ana shots. So Reign walk up again. Got a similar in ult, right? Reign have a decent ult size. I really feel like Reign here, they want to go aggressive with their Diva Bomb because there's no mailed yet, and when there's no mailed, you're kind of free to Diva Bomb. But when the mailed's up, you kind of have to save your Diva Bomb because Diva Bombing just means they get a free mailed, right? He was looking for that sleep though, and I think that was the trigger for the dive on Ana and McCree. I don't think that just a missed sleep is like the trigger for a dive. I just think Hanbin thought, hey, I have Diva Bomb. Let me go aggressive. I expect they demech me, but I can just ult if they demech me, right? It's no big deal.
It's high noon.
Like, I don't think Hanbin went in expecting to get a kill. But he did. So, I mean, do what I said. But this Diva Bomb is really deep. A mega D.Va Bomb. An Eternal, they just high noon and go in. This D.Va Bomb is too deep, I think.
Activated.
Yeah, that hits nobody. That was a good engage from the Eternal though. And they'll get shattered, it's over. Oh, and then they still ult, right? They're also beat, but their Ana's dead. Fights like this are really bad when your Ana's dead. Like, anyone else could die, and they'd be fine here, right? Like, but just because the Ana's dead, no way, you win it.
60 seconds remaining.
Like, there's zero healing. It sucks. And then, like, fights like that are like the worst for you, right? They used 5 ultimates and didn't get anything. Like, especially on attack, that's really bad. Like, Eternal only used 2 ultimates. I feel like as the Reindeer, you really want to look for that bomb closer to the enemy team. Because they were here and we D.Va bombed up on the high ground. Maybe we could have D.Va bombed this corner right here. And then they would have had to give up that space, right? Then we could have pushed in. Get staggered long again.
30 seconds.
Oh my god, and then because Hawk's dead, oh, the Eternal go in. Popo gets a big shot, but the mail goes off because Hawk's dead. Man, it's gonna be really hard for the Reign to re-engage, right? Like, again, the Eternal is so aggressive. Reign just weren't ready for this aggression, I feel. And his King's Row was like, not even close.
10 seconds remaining.
Walled him off too. Masa goes to touch.
Overtime.
All they gotta do is kill Masa. Kill the people on cart. He has swapped to Tracer. And then the bomb comes out. He dies to shatter. Popo gets frozen. Ahmed does die. So nice kill from Ursher there. It's all too little too late. You know?
Get through this.
So at halftime, the Eternal is
Victory.
2-0 up. And then I just really feel like it's all down to the tempo that the Eternal played this match.
Ready
Like,
for battle.
they're able to use their cooldowns first. They use their walls first most of the time, not every time, of course. And then with this Zarya comp, the Reign was still playing like too scared, right? They were playing so far back.
Attackers.
Which makes sense because the Reaper and the Doom, they don't have as much range damage. But that just gave the Eternal like more opportunities. Like get past the Mei walls and like go in hard.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
5, 4,
Thank you
3,
for the follow,
2,
Mohana.
1. Attackers incoming.
Taking off.
Defend objective A.
Okay,
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
for the follow, Koala. Okay. So Simstrat. So many teams do this because it's very hard to get to the point, right? With a Mei walling you wherever you go and a Hanzo being able to pick you. So getting to the point with the Sim TP makes a lot of sense. But again, because so many teams do this now, there's so many counter strats. Like when the TP goes down, you can wall the TP up, and then it's hard for people to take. When TP goes down, people boop the TP takers off the TP, and you can get picks that way. It's like very hard to like go coordinate at 6. through the TP. How do you think Paris stacks up against Philly? I think Paris would stack up great against Philly if it wasn't hero bans. But I think because of the hero bans, Eternal is getting pushed into a meta not suited for their players. And the Philly is, like, they have enough players that are good at everything, right? That they're going to do great in every meta. So I don't think that Eternal's going to win against Philly. Just because of the hero bans. If it wasn't hero bans, I think the Eternal stands a good chance. So you see how TP goes down, wall comes out, and it's hard for people to take the TP. Now Reign is like playing really passive here still, but they have time to kill this TP now, right? TP goes down, as you can see, and then the sim becomes kind of useless. So like, there's a bunch of counter strats to the sim, and it's hard to like all take the TP at the same time perfectly, get on the point. So I don't know how long this strat will stay, but a lot of teams are trying it right now. Because the sim in itself is still pretty good, right? Shred shields. He shreds D.Va a lot of the time. Does a bunch of DPS, but she only does it close range. Then Dogbang gets picked by FD God. So like that's a big thing here, right? They didn't get the TP. Dogman's up here. And then the D.Va goes on him. Masa's already dead. So ideally you have the Ana and the Brig play together. This stuff can't happen, but Masa's dead right now. Also, do you think most teams will play Orisa comp or dive this week? I think most teams will play dive, but it depends on the team. I still think Orisa comps will also be viable. Like a team like Washington Justice, I don't expect to play dive. I expect they play like Mei Hanzo, right?
Objective lost.
But I have a full video explaining hero bans and what team I think will play what on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out if you want. I'll try to not put too much time in here. I mean, D.Va flies on you, she sees the sleep come out and she matrixes it. Not much you're gonna do as a flex support. You need to like be with your team or with your main support, which oftentimes is Lucio, right? Or with your McCree. To deal with the D.Va. D.Va's a very good 1v1 character right now. In 1v1, Kree and Ana like with ease if she eats like the right cooldowns. And then this is where I think Eternal made a mistake. Like they made a massive error in my book. I think they should farm their sim ult and then use the wall on point and then set up on point. Because the wall has 5,000 HP. Like nobody's gonna kill it. So the Reign has to commit, right? And that's what you want as a sim. You want the enemy team to come close. But instead they like great ass TP. Look at this TP. What's that, bro? Fuck, what's this gonna swing you when you come out? They walled it up, so Pokpo can't even swing it. I feel like you always want to wall the entrance, not the exit. This just gives them a platform, right?
Time to raise my APM.
They all come through. They get booped or just fall to point. And then they get split. What is even happening when that TP came out? It drops to the floor too. Like after the one drops. This fight's now a mess. Which honestly, messes oftentimes are good for the defensive team. Because you only need one pick as the Reign, right? And then you win this fight. Because it's 2 CP, they have like a way closer spawn, so trading is good. And when it's chaos, oftentimes trade will happen. So FD God dies to Hawk. He does a good job chasing him. Ame gets frozen. And now the Sim ult comes out, right? But now the fight's already going south for Eternal. So I really feel like they farm the Sim ult and then go on point with it. Not sure why they did this. Maybe because they didn't have it fully yet. But it's weird. And then Eggsy's dead, right? They do get a tick somehow. But I mean, they did spend their whole snowball. They had a bunch of ults coming out. Rain used 0 ults, right? So it's like not that great for them. Honestly, you want a snowball with that Sim and you want to just get more than one tick. Especially because the Rain used 0. They had 0 ults. Then they swap to Kree. Sim isn't that great on this point when you don't have ult. So, good swap.
Mecha activated. I'm back in the fight.
You know, the Hanzo here, he's very good at like getting picks and setting stuff up for his team. You always see Hanzo's play here with D.Va here. And the Kree is more like reliable damage, but he'll almost never get picks. So now the pairs have to choose, right? Do we push high ground and push these people out? Or do we go bridge and like fight the people on bridge? So it's very, very hard. Then Baby Bay goes in for the ult. A little early, like they can all still drop. Oh, the Eternal just waited out. They can even take some damage for them from this, and then just farm their nano off it. That was too early. Like he high noon a little too late earlier, and now the Hanzo ult's a little too early in my opinion. Then Eternal push out aggressively, right? I really feel like pushing the high ground, it's hard, but it might be better here. Because this Hanzo's never gonna get caught, because he can jump away, he can lunge away, right? And then he can just wall climb back up. It's out. Popo drops with nano. This wall's kind of a whiff. Oh, that nano didn't get too much done. A good disengage from Eternal again. But I mean, nano's like pretty easily farmable. But when they've used 2 ults now, they still have 6. Or they still have 4. So like they're still in a good position here. Like hold this. What they do here is like they give everybody to this side. Because Popo just didn't went in with the nano. But this opens up the high ground for Eternal. Which obviously you don't want them up there. The Rain like kind of has to play aggressive. This wall whiffs too. So now they get... Oh wait, this wall catch. This wall catches FD God. Poor little Lucio dude. He gets caught. What is that, bro? Look at him. Look at him. Poor little FD God dude. He's in there. He's so dead. That's so unlucky. Then the Nico ult comes out. Seems like a weird fight. He walls it in, so it can't be matrixed. Popo shatters. He hits 3 people, but he's frozen and walled. But I mean, they're 1 for 1, and trades are good. And Baby picks somebody, and the wall goes down, and fight's over, right? So that was a very interesting fight. I feel like the disengage on the nano was good for Eternal, and then it was just really unlucky that FD got walled. That wall caught him out. If he doesn't get walled there, and they're able to go high ground, then Eternal are in a really good spot to win that fight. Because getting this high ground gives you like vision over the whole point, right? And then you can like choose to drop, choose to go over here, or choose to like even go down the stairs and make a rotation a point. Like this high ground opens up a ton. So if they were able to like get high ground, take this, then Eternal in a good spot to like win that fight though, even though they don't have that many ults. Or like they don't have a big ult advantage. And now Eternal come out with 5 ults, right? They used the Mei ult, which admittedly you'd rather not have used there. But they did get Rally, Nano, and Shatter, and Baby Bay hasn't farmed his dragon back up yet. So this is a fight that looks really winnable for the Eternal, because they have a big ult advantage. Yeah, I mean it wasn't too bad. Your Lucio's dead, it's not the end of the world, right? And then Hip gets picked, so that's bad. They still have so many ults. Gives the Reign like 10 seconds more to farm something like Hanzo ult. And Hanzo ult's pretty good on this point. The teams often go here, and then this is a really good Hanzo ult spot, right? So the Eternal go this side. It's fair. Like going up here can get you walled very easily. So then pushing this side, interesting but fair, right? The Kree and the Ana get walled, so it's a good wall. Hawk goes for the Ana, but can't get through the wall either. Baby Bay goes for the ult. Forces the Eternal to like split and disengage, right? This is what I mean with using your cooldowns really aggressively. Like this Hanzo ult was very aggressive. But I mean, it did split the Eternal, it did force a wall. And now this is when the Reign can like go aggressive and fry, right? Baby Bay goes low, but he should be healed up here. Should be healed up, okay. So Dogman clutch, sleep, and heal. This time he didn't have to reload. Good.
Nerf this.
And then dies.
High noon.
I'll probably dies to the bomb here. Oh, he gets out. Them killing Hanbin before he could remake was good, right? Because you see again, Hanbin goes really aggressive when he has Diva Bomb. Because he thinks he has another life, right? And it creates space. But this time, they get him even before he can remake. Because of the sleep there, I feel. Nice shots. They get out too. Hamu a little bit of an overcommit. And then again, Eternal plays so aggro. They have a bunch of ults here. So they nano Bimbest. Dogman just got his nano. But he doesn't get it on Pokeball before he gets charge finishes. That's a shame. And then Bimbest shatters too, because there's no shield. Ursa just uses Ice Block too. So like you see how aggressive the Eternal was? Right? They use their beat really aggro too.
Come on. Nothing.
Ursa gets nano, so nice nano on Ursa there. To keep him up because he had the mail. Keeping your mail in a situation like that where the enemy team's Diva's dead is like really key. He gets nobody though. The bomb gets FD God. But again, they used 2 ults and got 1. Eternal get their second tick. They almost get it. Baby Bay has to touch because Pokemon just got slept. Still touching. And at this point, like most of the like Haman's almost back, right? Yeah, right now. Oh, Haman's back on ball. Okay. There's still 1 dead for the Eternal though. FD God's dead. But again, Lucio and Diva are like the big hitters in this comp. Mostly the Ana and the Krita are like the people that do the things mid-fight. And Eggsy dying is like what wins the Reign this fight. Because Eggsy goes down here. That means Eternal have like little cleanup damage. This creates most of your damage, right? So let's see how Eggsy dies here. takes Fire Strike,
Hold on.
and then Urster finishes him off. That's a really good kill.
不洗澡。
Masa's fighting Hip, so that the nice healing, right? Also good. Eco goes for ult on point, which is great, right? There's only 4% or like 6% left. And Pokpo's getting pushed off point here. Hip dies to Masa. 0.3%, that's crazy, right? That Ursher just comes back in. Masa's going for Ana, yeah. And then at this point, the Ana, the Kree are dead. Like I said earlier, those are the big hitters, right? So all I really need to do is just contest for a little bit more. And they'll win this fight.
直接过来。
That was really close, right? Hawk's gonna die here. Masa gets booped. Hawk dies like a second earlier here. And Masa might not be able to recontest, you know? Baby comes in. Still contesting, luckily. Gonna die too. But the 2 CP spawns, man. And then Pop comes back. Fight ends. Urster cleans up free. But, I mean, this fight was basically over the second Hip and XZ died. They were still able to get that much percent. But there was just no damage anymore, right? 99.7, baby. That's so close. Whew. Jesus. When Eggsy swaps over to the Hanzo, seems interesting to me because Hanzo doesn't do as reliable damage as Kree's, mostly picked for picks, right? But picks aren't as good on a 2 CP defense where the defenders come back so quickly. Bebe dies to him. But again, this pick, Bebe's gonna respawn in like a second. All the Reign has to do is just give up a little bit of space. And then Bebe's gonna be back. What happens here? So they go high ground. Because Bebe's dead. But Hanbin gets deep because of a great wall from Urster. So like this is why they haven't been pushing top, right? Because this wall's kind of stupid. So easy to wall this door. Eggsy dies. Hanbin is DMAC. Urster does die, but fight's basically over at this point, right? Like now that the Eternal have gotten the space they fought for, they've already lost 2. Mostly losing Eggsy is bad. They only need 1 tick, but shouldn't be any damage. So Bembest alphas Pokpo. Gets the pin on him. I'm not sure why Pokpo can't counter charge here. Maybe he just didn't expect the charge. Oh, he gets slept. God damn it, hit. But it keeps sleeping Pokpo. And I really think that this is also because Hawk is playing so aggro. And Hip just like, times the thing leaps and the nades really well right now. Honestly, I feel like last season, Hip, Bembest, and Nico didn't do that great, right? But now with the new Eternal coaching staff, something must have been stepped up like a lot. Because they're all playing like really good right now. Right? Kinda crazy if you think about it. Kinda crazy. This fight island finally ends. Paris have got one more fight. And they do have like decent ults, right? They have the nano, they have the mail, but
30 seconds.
It's still a 2 CP point. And they have to like go really fast. There's only 19% left right now. 10%. So again, like this high ground is like going to be hard to take. Slam's quite a bit after his team dies. I mean, Slam isn't like that bad of an ult to just throw out and try to get a lot of people. Like it farms pretty fast, especially when you're gonna nano your team. And most slams should be blocked anyway, unless you like combine of like a stun.
Overtime.
Masa dies. Oh baby bay. And because the enemy team has to touch the point, right? Hawk again is like fighting the back line, which is fine, right? He's zoning them. But it does allow Nico to get an ult. Ult hits nothing though. Or space. The zoning ult. Now Ursa kills Nico, we try to fight him. And then Hip dies to baby. So fight's over at that point. But like, I really feel like that first fight would have been good for the Eternal if they'd used the sim wall smarter. And then a lot of the fights they could have won, but one of their carries died like mid-fight, like the one where Eggsy died on the Kree because of Fire Strike and Tracer Poke. That shouldn't happen, you know? Just like he's all the damage that the team has. If he dies, then you don't have enough cleanup power on 2CP mostly. But 2CP is just so hard to cap right now with the Mei. Like Mei's so good.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Very good at just holding chokes and making people like. The only reason why Paris can't get that high ground very easy, because you go here, right? Team walks out, you get walled off, and it's a very easy pin or stun or, you know, kill box for the people that have gotten out. And even if your diva flies behind to like eat and help, still very hard. But like, you have to use your ults aggressively already on TCP.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Probably
Defend
not.
objective A.
Okay, so Rain also played a sim. We've already talked about the counters to the sim strat, right? But happens here. FD God or Hanbin and FD God are looking for boops. The wall comes out, so the wall makes it so you can't take the TP, right? A great wall here. And they have to wait for TP cooldown again. But they could go in without. But the real reason you play the sim strat is because you can take that TP to point. But just sitting in the choke pushing through without it is like rough. As you see, like Popo Shield already just broke. Because there's so much more range damage with the Kree. Gonna go for another TP play soon. See if this one can be walled off too, or oops. Okay, so this time they wall off their own wall, right? Which is smart, but again, it's like not ideal because you wall off your own wall, you TP through, and then you don't have wall to stop them from coming on you on point. And then they go through, and then Dogbang is booped, right? A very smart boop from FD, and he was very ready for that. But like this is like worst case scenario for Rain, right? Because now they're on point. But they have no heals. And all Eternal has to do is just like focus the Ryan. He has no healing. You're just gonna kill him, right? They also get a good wall here. Probably gonna kill Baby Bay too. And then they just get the farm ults. And now they almost have mana boost. They're like instantly farm mail and all their other ults. All the Rain of going for them here is like the BAP ult. Whew. Excuse me. is the Bapple. But Bapple is nowhere near as good as Nano, right? Like being able to swing into 6's Ryan and farm your ult too. That's like really good. And especially you can catch a sim who has to be close to you to like do damage, right? You can like almost one-shot her with the Nano, right? So TP comes out again. They wall it off again so that they can take it. TP goes to... Where does it even go? Oh, it goes high ground. This makes some sense. Especially because they were able to wall it off, right? Can't really get wrecked where they come out here. But now Eternal still gets to sit up on point. The interesting ult here from Dogman. I think they need it to like break shield and get space. Throw all the sim turrets out. The sim turrets kill Hip. And Hip's mid nano boost. How does Hip die? Defended itself. Hawk's on him. But he misses a sleep on Hawk, who's right in his face. Oh no. Hawk didn't Matrix hit either, right? Oh, he just used Matrix. All you have to do is hit it, Hip. And he shoots it wide. Oh no. That is unfortunate. Now he deserves to die. You've done dishonor to your family. You now deserve to die to a sim turret. Oh no. Never watching that again.
Go.
Just go into Lente's low life. There's a diva on me. He's just used Matrix. What do? We sleep him. Shit, we miss sleep. Panic, panic, panic. Oh no, I've done disgrace to my whole family. Oh no, there's a sim turret. Oh no, Nano, panic Nano. And he dies. No. I love him. He's a really nice person. But this is just funny. Made myself. Ah, he has no Matrix. Ah, a whiff sleep. Ah, turret. Ah, panic Nano. Members, take it before I die.
Routing power to forward shield.
And then your main source of healing is dead, right? Like,
Time to raise my APM. Serve this.
I think because normally when teams take that TP like that, they go like up here and then they drop point. Hip must have thought like, hey, I can play like right here, have a good sight line, but then the rain actually went here. It's really smart. Like not something teams will normally do because that means you want to go to point. Then there's Buckball Collide. But I mean at this point, really. Fight's over, right? Nico wastes ult. That's really bad. Yeah, and now Rain have like the perfect snowball because Nano was wasted and Mayult was wasted. And Onbin, is he gonna have ult? Did he also use that? So Hanmin also used ult. So the Eternal used 3 ults. Still lost the fight because Hip got picked first. And now the Rain have like the perfect snowball, right? With the rally and the sim ult. Those are 2 like top tier ults.
Objective lost. New defense point.
And
Objective B.
what the Rain, like this is like perfect for the snowball. And what they're really gonna do is like put the sim ult on point. But then Eggsy, Massive Rain has the Creo. And I want to see, because I couldn't catch this in the match. But I really want to see what Hawk does when these ults come out. Because obviously these Creols are to kill the sim barrier. but I want to see what happens.
It's
So they all
high
TP to
noon.
point. A high noon comes out. Gonna kill this thing really fast if you just charge it up for a few seconds. Hawk's fighting the diva. And I really feel like Hawk should be flying up here right now and trying to like block the high noon because this symbol is so important. And if they lose it, that's really bad for them. And then the symbol just disappears. And the Reign shield disappears. So like, that's like terrible for you. Because now Reign shield is dead. So Nico gets a freeze for free. What I would really like to see is like Hawk flying up to Eggsy there and trying to block the ult. It's like hard because the Matrix only lasts 2 seconds and the High Noon lasts 6, right? But like, let's say you even get those 2 seconds extra there. Maybe then Ursa could have walled it, you know? That kind of stuff. Like, if the sim wall lives there, and it sits there for 20 seconds, it's going to do a lot of good for you in the fight. Like, a lot.
Defense matrix activated.
Like, it not living like that is very bad. Hammer down comes out on both sides. FD got beat.
Routing power to forward barrier.
I think maybe they got slammed, but now he's fine again. So, like, Reign could still win this fight, right? Because their Sim's on point. Orion's getting zapped. And Eternal carries up high ground here. But Nico just died. And Ursa's about to get ult too. So if they could like freeze Hanbin, use the mail like he does right now, that's really good for them. Oh, but then Baby Bay dies to Eggsy. That's very bad because Sim is most of your damage. He's your hyper carry.
Defense matrix activated.
So you see Eggsy is like trying to shoot the Sim constantly because he knows, hey, if I kill the Sim, we're likely to win the fight. Hawk comes in. Hawk gets pushed out. Can't 1v2 obviously. Baby gets shot 3 times. This is the strength of the high ground, guys. And then Hawk flies up, he gets slept. Eggsy's still free. Also died because the people on high ground and Nico. But I mean, they still get almost 2 ticks already. Eggsy dies finally. Hawk gets 1v1 by hip. I mean, at this point, your Sim's dead. And in the fight spread. At this point, the Eternal's already won. But I mean, getting the 2 ticks is good, right? I just really feel like if that Sim would have lived longer, they just win that. And we're about to see it happen again, I believe. But same exact thing. Baby gets up to 80% ult. Tries to farm it. I think they do farm it. 90. 95. Gets it. They want to do the same thing, right? But again, Eggsy has his ult too. But he'll use it again. Eggsy's gonna instantly ult again.
It's high
Shield
noon.
him. But I feel like either a wall here to block him off or Hawk contesting him would win them this fight. Okay, so Hawk flies up. Nico goes to deal with him. Hawk tries to eat it, but like Eggsy is like out of his range, his effective range. Eggsy almost dies too. Hawk's matrix ends. Hawk dies for it. But like maybe the Mei wall actually would have been like the god tier play. I don't know where Ursa wants to use his Maywell. But I think he has it that whole fight. They TP in. Like, you don't want to wall the Kree up, obviously. But I feel like he could wall in front of him right here. Here's space. If he gets that wall in front, then Eggsy has to walk around and Hawk has more time to wait with his Matrix. So, like, the setup was perfect. Just Symbol dying to Creo 2 times. Like, really bad. And then Hawk dying to it too. And then the shield also dying. Like, this is a worst case scenario, right? Like, everything dies to the Creo. Your Diva mech, your shield, your Rhine shield. Bad. Like, if they had blocked Eggsy off of a wall, then they would have won that fight. Or, like, if they even would have walled him up at, like, the start of that fight, right? Then they could maybe, like, kill him. That Creo gets someone rallied twice. And then I think they're in swap. Yeah, they do. Which they should, because Sim isn't good about ult here. Masa has ult. Diva has ult. Like, the rally is really good to take this point too. One pick in there. They get walled off. This is good, right? Because now there's no wall. So now they can go... Okay, Hawk gets slip, which is bad. But now that there's no wall, they can actually, like, speed up the high ground and get their own wall. Don't know if they'll do this, but... I guess they would have helped Hawk. That's good. They block and wall the shatter, so nice wall right there. First goes in for the freeze, but Masa dies, flanking Eggsy. Eggsy's like really good at those short flanks, right? Have to back out. Oh, maybe he killed Eggsy. Freeze. I used the Diva ult, but this fight's over. And like, just as the Reign, I think if Hawk, instead of like flying back up to the team, like goes to hide down here, and then they speed up high ground, and Hawk uses next flight to come back around, I think there's like the potential to, like, you know, just avoid, like, use that the Maywell's on cooldown and use your own Maywell to get in now. Like, try and catch Bimbest. But that's like a hard... It's like, you have to understand that pro players, when they go into a point, they ult track, they make a plan, and the plan was probably to, like...
The cavalry's here.
Should have followed too. The plan was probably to, like, walk out, go left side, take space, and then go point, because they only need one tick. Of course, I don't know about that, but if that was the plan, then it's, like, hard to deviate from it, like, right? But I think their deviation would have been great. Like, that wall was wasted. Hawk was the only one that got caught, so all he needs to do is, like, live, maybe, like, go under the enemy team. And then they can go up high ground because the wall's gone. So, like, the wall, I feel like the wall's almost the only reason you can't go out top here. Because you're going to get walled and then the Rhine's going to kill you. But if they have no wall and you speed out here and you try to wall the enemy Rhine, I feel like that will work. So, the Reign drop here, they get out, and then Baby Bay goes for flank. But what I've always said is that you don't want to go for trades on TCP. So even if he gets this kill on Eggsy, I feel like he will always trade with his life here. Like, Hanmin's not in a position to kill him here, so he might get away, but normally I really feel like that's a very risky maneuver. It works out. Nico goes after him. Pro goes point. And then Nico ults Baby Bay. Baby Bay can just roll down, yeah. That's like a questionable Nico, because I feel like Masa also could have dropped. Baby dies to the... Like, picking Exy there is insane. Like, and not getting punished for it. That was a really clutch play from Baby Ray. But the fight just becomes messy. Eternal uses a bunch of ults. Good for the Reign, right? But then the Reign like panics and also uses a lot of ults.
Time to raise my APM.
I mean, it is one more fight now. But it was very... Pockets stalled for a million years. You remax, but it gets stalled even more. Poor Hawk. And then 10 seconds left.
10 seconds remaining.
They wall high ground. But again, Pokpo's already like Ursa probably thought, hey, we're gonna push high ground, and Pokpo went this high ground. Gotta go touch forward. The high noon comes out, but Urster were like, whoa, oh my god, Urster. Yeah, I remember it. This is so clutch. Like, because the Divas like never top. Diva's always on this side, which is good, right? Because then you can contest whoever flies out, etc. Your Diva's not gonna do too much here. He wants to abuse her 3-second boosted cooldown. Fucking OP. But it makes it so Ursa can go out top and ult for free. Because Hanbin's trying to deal with people coming out here. That's very good awareness. And then Ursa goes and blocks Hanbin, who could have probably walked off the high ground if he didn't do that. With the Mei Ice block. That's like 500 IQ right there. And then Eggsy's gonna die.
Overtime.
I have to pocket Pokpo on point.
Routing power to forward barrier.
And Pokpo and Hawk do die, so it's not like it's one. But Baby Base got high ground now. We saw what Eggsy did with high ground before, right? He can like ping away at people. And supports have to contest. So like, that was such a clutch mail from Urster, and it's really smart. Like if you think about it, if you know that the enemy Diva is low ground, going for the rest of the team like that, that's a massive brain. And like, I feel like the Reign did this good, right? Or like they did this good because one, they clutched out a lot, which the Reign's really good at on their defense. And then the Eternal can't really out-tempo the Reign here on this map. Because these chokes are so defined. Like there's no way you can like go in past these chokes, really. Like you could hold this choke. But it's like dangerous, right? So these chokes are very defined in my opinion. So the Reign couldn't really get out-tempoed on this map. And then even though their sim wall got countered a lot of the time, got one with the normal strat, and they still got 2 ticks with the snowball. Which was very important, right? If they had to go for all 3 ticks there on that last fight, they probably wouldn't have won it. Because their Diva was demaxed, and Ryan was dead. Crab.
Ready for battle.
Okay, let us continue.
Ready for battle.
Ready for battle.
4, 3.
So the Reign have turned into the Spitfire, apparently. They have. Don't know why, but they've turned into the Spitfire.
Attackers incoming.
And this strat is interesting, right? Because you saw the Spitfire like full hold with this strat. So you expect it to be OP. But
Routing power to
really,
forward
like,
shield.
if a team just goes out top, like the Eternals doing, like you can't wall this off because people will just go around it, right? They kind of like get to have the high ground for their Kree, and then the rest of the team gets the int on your right. Masa gets a boop off on Hanbin, triggers the fight. You see, Nico gets a really good wall on Pokpo, which blocks off the heal and support. But now Pokeball can't go and swing and can't go forward. Then Baby Bay's hiding over here because he's trying to hold this side.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
I mean, when Baby Bay finally gets there, fight's already like really gone deep, and I think it's very smart, right? Like we just saw what Eggsy and Hip can do on high ground, and now they've got it again. And Hawk's gonna go contest them, but they're always together. It's very key.
Routing power to forward barrier.
So Hawk's gonna have to instantly drop, right? And Hawk has 3 seconds again where he has to go up, but Femba's gonna die. Dogman's. Or I think it's forced. But like, these people are still sitting up here. And this is the thing that Justice didn't do at all. They didn't abuse this high ground. Or when they did, it was like Corey alone, right? So it's like... Hawk flies up again. And there's 2 people up there, not just 1. Hawk does a pretty good job. But Hawk and Baby Bay connect at different times, which is very bad. You want to like, go up the same time, you know, if you want to go up be a Reaper. Baby Bay gets stunned, gets a shift forced, and the Rain's all the way back here. They took a lot of damage. Asa gets picked. So like, when the Spitfire did it, the Justice didn't have the answer, but I feel like Eternal answered really well to the spawn camp. Because here you can get walled super easy, right? These are super easy walls. But here you really can't, because they wall this, and you can like walk around it. Go get your DPS off, etc. A Moira ult, which I mean, even if your Lucio's dead, you can still win the fight, right? I think this is fine.
Routing power to forward barrier. Come on. Routing power to forward shield.
MS gets pressured.
Time to hit my APM.
Good wall here from Eco. This wall. Pretty good because Dogman had to go around it.
Routing power to
Popo really wants to swing still, but Nico's freezing him. Hanbin's behind him, so Hanbin's been putting so much pressure. This was a really good match for Hanbin. Meanwhile, Baby Bay is like trying to fight Eggsy.
time to hit my APM.
Saved. Eggsy does die. But at this point, Masa's dead, Pokemon's dead, right? Oh, Masa's back. Where I feel like the real weakness in this comp lies, that it's great early in the fight, and if you get a kill before, you know, using your first rotation of cooldowns, before the Eternal can really, like, get the value out of their long time fight, then this comp just wins. But as soon as the fights go long, the big thing here is your Anna never runs out of heal, right? But the Moira has like a healing bar that she runs out of pretty quickly when your Ryan's getting pressured. Especially with the nerf on the normal healing and Diva's eating the healing balls, right? The Kree does like damage over range while the Reaper has to be really close, yes. So that's like the big thing, like the Moira running out of healing. And then Rain always need to be inside the enemy team, while Eternal can like do damage over any sort of range. It really makes it so that if Rain doesn't instantly win the fight, they're gonna lose the long fight 9 out of 10 times. Calm down, Eternal, I'm drinking water. They went in real quick. So like this is the aggression again. Like earlier we saw the Rain just sit on cart, wait for the enemy to come in. But you see how Eternal have 6 ults now. Because Rain used their Moira ult to try and clutch the fight. I'm not sure why they didn't swap off Moira. I really feel like if you swap to the Kree, you also swap off the Moira. That baffles me. Because now he's like gonna sit on Moira for like at least this fight and the next fight because he's gonna build ulting in, right? So the Reign tries to aggressive wall, but this wall is bad because Hip gets walled off. Only Eggsy is like really walled off, but he can just walk around. Fine. And the Reign isn't close. Like this wall is too far away for it to matter. You see how the Reign can't do anything with that? And then they're also like pretty spread. And then the Eternal Wall comes out later. But you see, like, as soon as they wall, FD God uses the speed boost and they actually go in with it because they're really close. Like, this distance between the Ryans is close enough that, like, Bemis can get nano, they can, like, go really hard, right? They see, like, commitment to cooldowns by Reign and Eternal difference. And this seems very unrained because normally, like, you get the wall, you always go in. But they just didn't think that wall was good enough. And then they lose the fight because their Reign's nanoed. They also use Mail on the Eternal side because Hawk Diva bombed. So the Mail's free, right? Let's watch that again. Really feel like aggressive Diva bombing. I don't know if he got it. He did it after the Mail came out or before. But let's watch.
I feel powerful.
Oh, he uses Matrix. And then he gets pressured out. His Matrix is gone, so Nico sees that. The Mail, and then Hawk ults. Okay, so that makes more sense.
Boosters engaged. Nerf this.
It's over. Good fight for Eternal. Again, it's just all about the walls. You need the wall when both Ryans are close, and then if you can't get the wall and they get the wall first, you have to counter wall, right? And then, like, sometimes counter walling can, like, be even better than aggressive walling. Oftentimes you can see how a fight's gonna go just by looking at the walls. Again, eternally aggressive is what they're called now. FD God is skating. He's a Lucio skater. This man doesn't care. He wants to go for a Labupo. Comes off the top rope. Leg Day is raiding you with 45 others. Thank you for the raid, Leg Day. Hello, everybody. Welcome, chat. We're looking at the Eternal versus Raid. Not Eternal versus Raid. Gaelic with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, Gaelic. Okay, so where were we? Okay. We are looking at the Eternal versus Reign. And you've popped in at the perfect time. Because FD God over here, he's a ninja. He comes in from the top rope. Kasora strong. I gotta get new emotes. Look at this. He boops Pokpo down. Thanks for the follow, Nanimal. Thank you guys for all the follows. Pokpo gets booped. And now Reign can't hold high ground anymore, right? Because there's no Reign shield on the high ground anymore. Like, they can still hold it with the Diva, but it's never gonna go as well as when you have the Reign on the high ground. Like, all they could do is, like, have Dogman and Baby Bay on the high ground and drop with the rest because they need to support Pokpo. Like, they can't leave Pokpo down here alone because what's gonna happen is he's just gonna get walled and the Ursa can't counter wall. My god, all these follows, guys. Cheers, love. The cavalry's here. Thank you all. Like, you see that Ursa instantly drops 2. He's very far away from Pokpo, which I don't like. Because if a wall comes out, right, it's really bad. Thanks for the follow, just read. Vohio. Like, you see this wall? It's because Ursa just dropped to the long side, right?
The cavalry's here.
So Pokpo's now just gonna get 5v1. While if Erster was like next to Pokpo, all he had to do was like wall off the enemy team, and it works. Support train, hype train. So like Pokpo's just gonna get screwed now. Rain has to use a lot of cooldowns, but Baby Bay comes in clutch. But like really, so many of these fights are like just won by how the Mei walls are used.
Cavalry's here.
Thanks for the follow, Ayo moms.
Rendezvous at my position.
Oh, Eggsy's already chugged here. Baby misses a few shots, but this is the strength of our high ground, right? Like even if he gets shot back, I don't know why Dogman drops here. He wants to help. Even if he gets shot back, all he needs to do is like roll backwards a little bit, and he's fine again. You know. Eternal Academy and Trial Semis, nice. My boy David is coaching that team. I think you don't need to win that many rounds in trials, right, to go to contenders, because there's going to be 12 contenders teams. Besides, I expect Eternal Academy to get to contenders anyway. It's going to be that hard for them. They're very good. And then Hanbi takes out Baby because Dogman dropped earlier. So really, like, what's been so strong for the Eternal Academies that they've had Hip and Eggsy sit on high grounds together and like deal with whoever comes up top, right? But because Dogman dropped, Hanbin's able to like solo out Baby because Diva's so good at 1v1 in characters because of her Matrix. Like all you have to do is Matrix the stun and then you win the 1v1. And sometimes you don't even have to do that. That's so stupid, Deep. Erster goes in for a deep Mei ult though, because he knows Hanbin just went for that 1v1. So he gets the free Mei ult now. In Australia, you had to make semis. That's very interesting. I didn't know that. I think in EU it's different though. So great Mei ult from Erster, right? And then Beat comes out from both teams. Hanbin dies in the back line. He ults. And this is what Hanbin's been doing all game, right? He's been going mega aggressive whenever he has his ultimate ability. But he keeps dying before he can remake. So I'm not sure if it's a good play. I think if he was like, I think it's great if you can remake, right? So you have to die in locations where you could remake. Like let's say he went high ground, he died on high ground, then everyone has to drop off high ground to drop the Diva bomb. Or like to dodge the Diva bomb. So high ground would have been great, right? But there's so much cover here that like Dogman can just hide from this while also shooting Hanbin, right? Who's demaking. So I don't think this is a good location to like all in. It was only quarters, but still. I think in EU you only have to make quarters as well. So it's like win 1 or 2 rounds, I believe. It just sucks all the more if you don't make it. Get like a hard matchup round 1. But great Mei ult from Erster to win that fight out. And he can like do this because Hanbin's so aggressive, right? As the Mei, you always have to be watching like where the Diva is and looking for ults, because if the Diva's close and she has Matrix, she'll just eat it. So you have to either wait out Matrix or see that the Diva's not in range. Okay. So Eternal's given up, or Rain's given up a lot of space. I'm not sure why. I think this corner is decent to hold. It's not insane. But it's not bad either. I think Baby Bay is going high ground. At least there's another chance a week later. Do you get 2 chances to make contenders? I honestly have no clue. I wish I do. So yeah, Baby Bay and Dogman are rotating to high ground. So if Baby Bay goes high ground, as I said earlier, Dogman being up there with him is like a must. Because otherwise Hanbin's just going to solo kill him. So that's why the Reign is giving up space right now. But I'm honestly not sure if it's the right call. I think if you take the fight here, the last fight becomes so awkward. Like, you want this last fight to be great for you, right? You want it, like, honestly, you want it, like, at this corner. If you're going to retake it. And you'd rather retake high ground, too. But if you take this last fight here, then, or the first fight here, then your second fight is going to come in at, like, the very end of this point. And it's going to be a very awkward retake. So I'd rather have Baby Bay maybe go high ground, and then Dogman go low ground, and just take the fight right here. And I'm not sure why they gave all this up, because they have good ults. They have Shatter, High Noon, and almost Nano. So they're ahead of Eternal in ults too. I just came here to say one thing, Fukasaurus. You can only say that when I'm gone, when it's chair stream. Come on.
I'm gonna have to shoot.
Hurts my feelings. And then the Reign also used the wall to disengage. I just don't like the rotation to high ground. Doesn't make too much sense. Like, high ground's important. Don't get me wrong. High ground's so important. But getting really good fights on points is also important, right? And, like, this corner is great. It's, like, not insane. But even if this gets walled, you can still get help from here or here. And then they go with this wall. And then the fight just becomes a little bit awkward. Pokeball. Oh my god, Pokeball gets the biggest shadow of his life. So he gets walled off. Great wall from Nico. Urster is on the right side. So it's like not the end of the world for the Reign. He doesn't have wall though because they just used it to disengage. But then Pokeball comes in. Bembest is on the wrong side of cart compared to the High Noon, right? But his Alpha's in. Like, Bembest is over here, but if his team's over here, he needs to stay on this side, especially if they want a High Noon. Like, this is bad. Like, this is bad from Bembest. He needs to be here. Yeah. Don't think there's any excuse I can make there.
It's down.
Great wall from Nico on the aggressive, but then Bembest is already like out of position for too long, right? Pokeball sees the Eye of the Shatter. Kaiser over here. Baby ults. That fight just solo won because of Shatter. Like, honestly, Reign should have lost that because they used their wall like that. Are Dogman and Baby Ray gonna go high ground again? Or are they just gonna sit low ground this time? So this time they are gonna hold this wall, I guess. Baby Ray's looking to go on a flank. He's looking to go on a mission.
Nerf this.
He goes to peek on the Ana, which is great to be honest. Especially if he could like double tap her. Oh. But this is already good. Like, I don't like the roll in. It seems very dangerous to me if you don't have backup. But like, just forcing the nade is already great there, I feel. Hawk aggro bombs, which I very much dislike. Like, let's just watch the whole fight first before I give my complaints. But so Hawk probably knows that Nico's gonna get this mailed off anyway, because he's not in time to like go and eat it. But Nico didn't even go for it. So like, I really feel like aggro bombing like this just opens you up to getting mail. Like, this aggro bomb isn't even that well placed because it's gonna go past everything, right? Oh, Hip dies to it because he's pathing away from Baby Bay, right? So like, this aggro bombing combination with the flank makes it a lot better. But just the mail coming out seems so good. I think Reign is onto something here. I think the flank worked out so well because of the Diva Bomb coming in. And I also feel like Hanbin's been playing so aggressive that if he's in like a more defensive position here, aka where is he right now? Not over here. I don't know why he's invisible, but he's more on the side of his team. Then Baby Bay just gets soloed out by him. Very scary, right? But it doesn't happen. Baby Bay gets nice clicks. Kills people. Very good at clicking people. And honestly, at the end of the day, this is like the thing that Reign was lacking in the first few maps too, is like aggressive plays like this. Even though I'm not sure if I agree with aggro Diva bombing while the enemy team has Mayot, right? Still, they're making aggressive plays, setting up stuff. I think they're trying to grab high ground again. But they're gonna get this bad fight. Where's my gifted sub gone? Do you have a gifted sub in my channel? I don't know. I have alerts on, so. Okay, so welcome's out. They nano Bembest. Tried gifting one? Oh no. I'm sorry, sir. Hopefully it will pop up, but thank you. Let us continue. Paris Eternal. I mean, they did win this game. Got a message from stupid. Maybe it'll pop up later. Thank you, sir. Right. Where was I? The Reign tried to like counter wall, right? But this counter wall isn't that great. So what will happen each fight, or like most fights in this meta, especially when there's no ults in play, is one team will wall really aggressively. But because Ryans and Mays have gotten so good at playing together, this will happen, right? Where Pokpo gets walled aggressively. Erster gets walled on top of the wall, or like just behind Pokpo. And you'll be able to either wall off the Rhine, or wall in the Rhine the same, with another aggressive wall. When the enemy Rhine is nanoed, obviously you want to wall him off of your Reinhardt. So I think this is a bad wall from Erster. Because Pokpo's never going to go swing here. He's always going to shield, right? Because there's no counter nano from Dogman. So Bembest is just going to make Pokpo his bitch because he also doesn't have Shatter. So you really want to help Pokpo here. And then Erster also gets swung on once. So his Ice Walk is forced. So he also can't stop Bembest from swinging with his freeze. Just makes this like a really bad series of play for the Reign overall. Like even though Dogman and Baby Bay have great high ground positioning here, this is very awkward. Hawk goes to contest Hanbin, which is great, right? Hanbin's gonna die. And then because Hanbin once again is contesting high ground, Erster gets his ult off, which is also great. But Pokpo's still like 1 HP. Bambist is nanoed, so you're never gonna kill him. Few of the Reign die because they lose that Mei fight because the Mei walls, I feel. Wave walls and nanos. And Baby's still on high ground. Still clicking people. But I mean, the long fight just gets long. And then Eternal really only used Nano there, while the Reign used High Noon and Mail. It just goes to show how good Nano is. And really why Moira isn't as played as she would normally be in a Reign meta, right? Because Nano's so strong. Farms so fast too. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, right? Like, because you take the fight around here, the second fight becomes really awkward. They get walled off. Good wall. Did the Reign get out? But they all have to like dogpile in, right? Baby tries to go high ground, which is a good flank. But if Hanbin sees this, he can like solo out Baby Bay, right? This is why these solo long flanks are so stressful and dangerous. Like Hanbin sees it, as he should. And then Baby Bay's probably just gonna get soloed out here, to be honest, by Hanbin. Because D.Va's so good at 1v1s. This is why long flanks like this are really dangerous.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
He dies.
I knew.
Oh, and then Masa beats it and gets walled off. Oh no, that's a really good wall from Nico. And also unfortunate. But I mean, even if he gets this beat, your main damage is already gone because your Kree is dead. So I feel like unless you go for that high ground with both your Kree and your Ana, which they couldn't have, right? Because they needed to go and touch point. You don't go for that. Especially because none of the Eternal right here. Oh, Eggsy is high ground. But again, just because Eggsy's alone, Hawk could actually go and fight this. Ball comes out. Eggsy drops. So it wouldn't even have been a disadvantage if you just all go main and like fight this head on. Both teams have used wall. Urster has to go touch. And then Hanbin's like incredibly quick at spotting this flank. Baby Bay. It gets called up instantly. And he instantly goes for it. And then he just 100s to zeros him. Because D.Va's a stupid character. Like he even gets a health pack. Tries to get heals from his team. He misses the flashbang.
It's I knew.
It's just like so dangerous to go for those flanks on your own. And that's why you see Eggsy and Hip holding high ground together. And if they're not together, Eggsy drops. Very smart.
Hammer down!
I think that's something, again, Paris coaches are really coached on. Or like the Paris players are really coached on. MS goes for Shatter. Did the beat gets walled off. So insane beat right there.
Time to raise my APM.
And then fight's over, right? Your Kree's dead, you have no damage. Masa's beat also gets blocked. Like good execution from Paris and like really good meta understanding. But it also came down to like the Reign taking that fight so late, right?
Routing power to forward shield.
Dorada's a hard map to play too. Like if you get held at that second point at the end, it's really hard to win because the defender spawns are so close. Now getting to third point. Again, Paris really aggressive. Take the high ground. Reign make a good rotation. I love this rotation. Like going straight to point. Because like going to contest high ground here is awkward because you just get walled off. But this rotation is very smart. You get to contest a point. If you now just don't let it roll away, you're like pretty good, right? Like the wall comes in, but it doesn't really block too much because people can just go around it. And now Urster can look for his own wall. Okpa looks for Shatter. He gets the Mei. So good Shatter. Like I feel like at the start of the fight, if you get even one with Shatter, that's worth like, because honestly against good Reigns, it's very very hard to get Shatter. So you either hold your Shatter to create pressure on the Reign that he has to shield, right? You use it very early like this to try and get picks, and this is what Pokpo does a lot. Or you look for like the big Shatters, right? Where you try to read the Rein's Fire Strike, etc. But honestly, good Reigns don't even Fire Strike when they know the enemy team has Shatter. So it's just really hard to get good Shatters against good Reinhardt. And Bemes is definitely good at blocking Shatters. So him getting Nico with a Shatter like this is so worth it. And Hawk uses his ult on high ground to force these two fuckers off. Because he's sick of these two having high ground, I think. But this allows Nico to just ult, right? So again, aggressive D.Va bomb isn't all too great. Like, I doubt he even gets these guys. I don't know how Pukpo pings Nico, but it happens. But still, Hawk even gets killed while Diva bombing. And Pukpo gets frozen, right? So it's like, that aggressive Diva bomb made Hawk die, which obviously you don't want, right? But that could happen with every Diva bomb. Because Hanbin was just like playing really aggressive and flanking. But two, it allowed Nico to ult, have a free ult. So I think, like, honestly, you could almost have it as a rule to not Diva bomb when the enemy team is male. Unless you, like, have to, right? Unless you, like, almost get demagged. Or, you know, a really, really, really good spot. But using it like that, I don't know. High ground's important, but not as important as not getting mailed. But Reign get another fight here because they took that one really aggressively. That was smart. This is also a really good spot to hold. Like, this corner is God tier. Because the enemy team has to, like, take a really wide angle on you to, like, get value. Hips on high ground. But Eggsy's not with him, so he's going to have to drop soon.
It's high noon. It's high noon.
Aggressive high noon from Eternal. And they also nano Bembest while this is going on. But this is like the money wall. Like, it blocks the high noon. They want to obviously wall Eggsy up so he can shoot over it. But that's fine, right? Because if he gets walled up, then Hawk can, like, eat it as he gets walled. Oh, and they missed the wall on Eggsy because he's moving too much. So, like, if they would have been able to wall him up over here, I don't even know if he would have been able to shoot anything, to be honest. Maybe he would have been able to shoot Baby Bay, who got slipped over here. But obviously a whiff to not wall Eggsy up there over the enemy male. Bembe's gonna get one or two swings, but again, he's getting frozen by Erster. Always want to, like, be freezing the nano Reinhardt with your Mei. Obvious stuff. Bembest is so fucking aggro. So he goes for the pin, and not only does it force the counter pin from Pukpo, Erster also uses his ice block. So that's bad. You really want to save that. Pukpo dies. And Baby kills FD God.
Time to raise my APM.
What else happened in the fight? Eternal is capped because they're so aggro. Jesus. That's crazy. Hip kept the high ground all along. So I feel like this is a situation where Hawk could have, like, after the Diva or the McCree went off, right? He could have went and dealt with his hip. Because he is in a situation where you can push him off because there's no two people here. Right? So, like, here, what's he gonna do against the Reinhardt? He's gonna eat maybe a Fire Strike. But it's way more important to contest this Ana up here. Could have, like, went like that, right? Hanbin might have flown after him. But I think that's okay. Especially because Hip's getting so much done, right? He's perma healing Bembest right now. Well, Dogman has to look at Eggsy flank, so he can't heal Pukpo. Yeah. Just the aggression from Eternal. Like, they're using all their ults first very often. I think Reign's playing a little bit better on the Dorado defense. Still, like, not great. They got snowballed off that first fight they took. Because they played the Moira Reaper comp.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in.
Let's see what's going on here.
Boosters engaged.
Next,
What? Attackers incoming.
the Reign attack round.
Stop the payload.
Okay, so Eggsy's playing Widow. So like the Widow pick is really interesting because it doesn't do as much consistent damage as the Kree, but oftentimes what it will do is like get a pick for you, and once you get a pick in a fight, then obviously you're gonna win that fight, right? So the Widow is picked around, like Dorado having really long sight lines. The Widow can like sit over here, shoot the people that are in main. Well, she tries to be uncontested, and it's Hawk's job to kind of go and contest him, right? So it's very important that Hawk finds pathing to go and contest the Widow, and that the Reign play LOS properly so that Eggsy can't get free picks. And then they're going to win because they have more consistent damage, because Kree does more DPS than Widow does, obviously. Okay. So, this is always going to happen, right? Because you have Widow, you want to play this marketplace area. So the Reign get a lot of push. They go high ground, which is fine, right? If they feel like they can get a wall easier on Benbest from there, that's great. Eggsy is taking his Widow spot. The Reign look for a wall, but Eternal, they have to just give up space. They're playing the Widow, right? But then Reign wall nothing, basically. So this is very bad. Like, they have the damage on the wall, but Eternal backs out. They whiff the wall, kind of. And then the Eternal get to use their own wall, right? And that's a really good wall. Like, it walls off Dogman, Baby Bay, and Masa. Oppa's just gonna die here. All because of the walls, right? Again, you can see how big of a deal the wall usage is, especially because Eggsy is not getting contested by Hawk either. That makes it worse. He almost has his Widow ult now. And I'm not blaming Hawk for contesting him. I think this is too far. I think if the Reign went inside here and sent him after him, and then went back, that would have been better, right? It's all about the Mei walls, man. It's not gonna be all about the Mei walls next week, though, with the hero bans. But in this meta, it's all about the Mei walls. So what's going on here? So, Hanbin's in Africa. Hanbin comes out. He drops and gets slept. Oh no, Hanbin gets slept. Honestly, the shit resulted in a kill for the Reign. They know Eternal wants to help, right? So they charge Hanbin away. Hawk gets slept. And Baby Bay and Dogman really aren't in a position to follow up on the damage on Hanbin. So honestly, it might get out. Like if, wow. If Baby Bay and Dogman are like in a little bit of a better positioning, or like they nade Hanbin, he dies there. That could be disastrous, right? But him getting out is like a big deal, because they don't have to wait or like give up space, right? They just heal him up. He's good. That's a whiff right there. How should Mei and Ryan be macroing around each other in the mirror so that they don't get split from the enemy walls? I think it's really important that the Mei is always like one step aside or next to the Ryan, because Mei taking a little bit of cleave isn't a big deal. So like the way Nico and Benbest are playing right now is perfect. Like Mei's a 250 HP character. She's basically a tank. Nico like stepped back a little too far there, even maybe. Because if Erster had walled a little bit more forward, that would have hit Benbest, right? And would have walled Nico. That could have been disastrous. But now Nico gets walled up, so he gets the counter wall. And then that walls up Baby Bay, so it's not even that great of a counter wall. But Baby Bay gets shot because Hawk's not matrixing him. because Hawk's probably trying to deal with the Widow. Yeah. All these little micro things, right? But I feel like Paris in general have a really good idea of how to play together with the Mei and the Ryan. And I think if you want to learn about that, then you go watch this VOD. You look at Nico and Benbest. And they just don't lose each other. They like always are beside each other, next to each other, literally inside of each other, on top of each other, you know. Very important. And then Babyface swaps to Widow because they haven't been able to like get good walls to punish Benbest. And the Widow's hasn't been contested enough. So he goes his own Widow to try and win the sniper duel against Eggsy. Which, I mean, it's fair. It just changes your win condition completely, right? Now the win condition is to still play the shield battle and the Rhine battle. But you kind of have to win the Widow battle. If you lose it, you just lose a lot of damage. So Pokeball goes for Shatter. And this is interesting because first their walls as Pokeball shatters, but that works out perfectly for them. Watch that again. So Pokeball shatter. Is this planned? They wall up. I don't think this is planned, but still, I think Pokeball sees that he's shattering and that he's gonna hit the Erster wall, so he diverts it to here, where Hanbin and FD God are. They both get hit. The male comes out because the Diva got shattered, right?
Nerf this.
Then Hawk Bomb gets two because the male's freezing them. Then fight's over, right? Nice shatter there for Pokeball. And honestly, weird that FD got in. I think this might be something you can abuse when you are playing the Eternal in the Mirror. Is that whenever they wall, they always like go hard and always use their cooldowns. So if you can counter wall on their wall, like wall off their Reinhardt, then you can like punish him, right? Like, let's say they wall you. So could you guess my SR from this video? I don't do guess my SR. I'm sorry, Goku. Maybe in the future, but I'm not Jane yet. I know he's on Facebook Gaming now.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Maybe at the end of the stream I'll do it. I'm almost done with the VOD review. So. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so the Eternal try to re-engage, right? They still have the Widow. And honestly, they're like very much staggering in. People are late. The Mei, not even close to the Reinhardt, right? It's really awkward. Like, honestly, this fight's completely unwinnable. And I'm not sure why Masa beats here, right? He's probably under a lot of pressure. But, like, look at this. These people, they're fucking in Africa. They're never gonna help these people. Like, Bambist and Hanmin should be dead here without ults. Like, Erster should be walling this. There should be no beat. And Paris should lose this fight. Is Erster dead? Is that why he's not? Oh, Erster's dead. Okay, that makes sense. That's why they beat him. But still, it was a 4v2. And then I think you beat if FD God comes in and beats, right? You use the counter beat. But anyway, Reign do end up winning that. That's good. Because of the great shatter from Pokemon. Come in. They grab the low ground, which is If they got only 2 whip beats, it definitely could have. So yeah, definitely. I mean, it would have been great for Eternal, right? If they went in there, got the beat, and didn't use their own beat, that would have been a dub. But now he wasted B2.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Then Eggsy pops his wall hacks. Very scary, right? But I think as the Reign, it's very unfortunate you have this Widow, but you want to like LOS under the high ground. Very hard to get value out of like
Time to raise my APM.
trying to sit here and outshoot the people on high ground. That's never gonna work. I think Baby and Masa like really have to like get out of there. Baby doesn't do like trick shotty stuff. It's the diva man. Nico comes in with the ult. Doesn't get that much to be honest. That was fairly avoided. Nano, Popo, and Bembest.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Let's do this.
Where's Eggsy? Over here.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Both of
Reach
them.
time to raise my APM. Who's on?
You see how strong high ground is? Like you get the scout, you get to go on the perfect target for you. Very interesting that Baby hooks up here and he gets away with it. Kind of. Hanmin goes after him. Shoots.
Hammer down!
Hanmin midair. He tries to get hit, but Hanmin body blocks it. And imagine if Hanmin just saved hip there. Maybe he did. Let's watch Baby POV.
Time to raise my APM.
Really gets.
Enemy spotted.
Y'all go on him. Goes for hip. Gets booped. Oh my god. I don't think he would have hit that shot. Hanmin did come in with the body block. Then Hawk goes for Hanmin. Nico uses his ult, but it gets like nothing. Both Popo and Bembest get nanoed. Popo takes Bembest to Value Town. Behind the enemy lines. Burster gets frozen. Hawk's doing a lot of work. He's feeling for people. Nico's one. Okay, and then Reign wins this fight as well. So that was like a very interesting fight, right? Because Eternal used Nano Boost, Male, and Widow ult, and all Reign used was Nano and Widow ult. I'm gonna be honest, Eternal really should have won that fight, but Reign played it well. Like getting out of that Male, hitting the Rhine to the back line. And I've seen a lot of people like shit on Pukpo for like not doing too good this match, but I think he's done really well. Like, I feel like the May wall game and the general aggression was lost by Reign, but I feel like Pukpo's got a lot of like value shatters and stuff.
Boosters engaged.
I think Reign won this more because of team issues and not because of player issues, definitely. Eggsy gets pocketed out on high ground, and what I really like this retake from Paris. Because they took this early fight, right? This is what I've been talking about. Because they took the fight around here, they get to get this really good retake, and they send out 4 top right and then 2 top left, so Hawk can't just contest Eggsy, right? And now Reign is like on the low ground, and the entirety of Paris is on the high ground. Eggsy picks Baby Bay. Like really good for the Paris. Then at that point, the fight's basically already lost it, right? Hawk gets slept as well. Hawk does kill Eggsy. So good job from Hawk there. But I mean at this point, Hanmin's in your back line, Dogman can't hear your front line. You lose, Hawk even throws in a bomb. But I mean, fight's already lost. He's gonna stagger Hawk down. Ay, 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 ay. He's getting so staggered. You kill him.
60 seconds.
He dies
remaining.
again. And it's hard to like retake with the Widow into a Widow that like has high ground, right? They've been putting him up there every time. And then on that retake, you saw Hammond pocket him. But it's still hard to win. Because the Diva's pocketing the Widow.
n'échappe à mon regard.
I think Paris plays around this Widow really well.
30 seconds remaining.
The Reign goes high ground. Wallhack comes out. FD got boops. Oh my god, this boop is dirty. That's a really dirty boop. Because ideally, what they do right is they take the shield war for a little bit. Then they drop the point with 5. And Babyface stays on high ground. Or Babyface and Dogman stay together on high ground, right? But now Babyface gets booped down. So 1, people are able to get picks on them. And 2, like, everybody from the Reign has to drop down. And Babyface just dies because of that boop. A really nice play from FD God to boop him down. And this just solidifies like the tempo game, right? Like Eternal's playing on a different tempo than Reign. They're like always ready to go for these boops, these plays. Reign wasn't ready for that. Get booped. Dies. Babyface dead now. Okay, Nano Urster. But Urster's on low ground. What's he gonna do? Bembest drops, but he gets Nano, you know? And like, the only reason they Nano Bembest here is so we can best cart. Like, the Nano May. And Hip does die to Hawk. So Hawk does a really nice job here, killing the people on the high ground. Let's see how Hawk got those kills. Honestly, that might clutch it out for the Reign. I like how Hawk goes in with. But Hawk goes for the Widow. He gets slept. Okay, so how is Hawk gonna kill people when he slept? Woke it up. Eggsy wakes him up. But they don't wake him up together in the first place. Like, I really feel like you just insta-demech that Diva. With like a little more, and then Hip's inside of him with 1 HP. I gave Hawk a lot of praise, but someone else must have. Hawk didn't do that. Say that much. Okay. So Masa goes for Hip. Hip drops. For some, I feel like Hip probably could have stayed up top there. Just a Lucio. Because he's already slept a Diva right here. And then Masa hits a bunch of shots. Boops him into Hawk. Gives him the 1-2. Does die. But I mean, that's worth trading your Lucio for the Ana. Dogman's still alive doing something somewhere. Where is Dogman? In a good spot. This is something Hanbin can definitely go on.
Time to raise my APM.
Hammer down!
Get through this.
I mean, Dogman's still free healing right here. I think if Hanbin goes on the Ana here, that's better than like trying to finish off the lane. And then Baby comes back in with the Sombra. Sombra's very good at cleaning up points. And now, but I feel like that kill on Ana, like it just shows how good Ana is, right? Like if you kill Ana in the fight and the enemy Ana's still alive, like really big. Holy crap! Why does Sombra's gun sound like this? No speed. Listen to that. Like a freaking machine gun, dude. He's like a freaking machine gun. Nico dies. A good late picks from the Reign. And I really feel like they shouldn't have been able to win that fight. Like as soon as Baby gets booped there and dies, I don't think you should be able to win that fight. But that kill on Ana by Masa and Hawk there was really good. So Babyface on Sombra. He picked this for the stall, right? And he's 91 on ult now. No
Boosters
reason to
engaged.
not.
不许
Hey? Then this happens. Wow. What? First up, I feel like the Reign maybe should have contested high ground instantly. Especially when they killed the Mei, right? Because he's not spawned yet. Where's Nico right? He is with the team. So they did fully regroup. But I think they definitely had time to go high ground. Keep Hawk on cart. Go high ground with the rest of the team. And then when they walk out, you can wall them. So like high ground's really important, right? They get a big nade, but again, they can't contest because it's high ground. And then Bebe setting up flank. And then Reign kind of puts themselves against the corner. Masa and Dogman want to be behind Pokeball Shield because otherwise they get shot. A really good wall comes out.
boosters engaged. 冻住，不许走。
And Dogman just gets clapped.
Nerf this.
First their ults, which is a really good ult, right? Hawk dies while Diva bombing. Does get FD God though. But now, again, Eternal support and 3 are always taking high ground. So, like they win this fight just due to them having high ground. Eggsy like fucking fucks. Holy moly, bro. Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? Good. I just want to hear the dinks. So let me hear the dinks. Okay.
不许走。Nerf this. Get
Oh my god, Hawk kind of like slides to the side too. He kills Hawk. Then people get shattered. Dink. Dink. Oh. My god. See how good high ground is, guys? I feel like Reign really wanted to be on high ground there after the Nico kill. Like, just leave your diva on card, go high ground, keep the aggression, you know? They were trying to farm EMP, but they were still 10% off. And that 10% can cost you a lot. Especially when Sama's a slower character than the team in general. They forced the EMP, which I mean it's a good EMP, right? But they have to get the cart. The Ryan's nanoed. Ryan, when he's EMP, doesn't want to shield anyway, so. Or when he's nanoed, doesn't even want to shield anyway, so the EMP doesn't end up mattering too much. And that was just a really good wall from Nico, too. They kill Erster before they even walk in. Did Erster have the ice block? Oh, he did. That's bad. Oh my god. What even happens here?
My ultimate is charging.
So he gets stuck in with wall, gets hit once, tries to freeze Bembest, obviously, but then Bembest goes for the swing on him and he does an ice block. That's really bad. He ice blocks there and then gets the beat after. The Reign might have been fine here. Their Mei's so important. Give me every character. He comes in. Eternal back out. But the random no Mei. Eggsy High Noon's probably on high ground. Oh, where is he? High Noon's main. Stop people from going to cart. Dude, Poke gets another shatter next to shield again. Hawk goes for the Matrix on Eggsy. Doesn't get it though. That was actually a nice kill. Let me steal that from my thumbnail. That's G. Hawk is Matrixing him.
Routing power to forward barrier.
A good still. I'm using this. It's a great still. We now interrupt your VOD review for a screenshot session. Taking screenshots is an art. Perfect. Okay, we continue. We've taken a screenshot. Football goes for the counter charge, right? But again, now the Reign's 2 down.
Nerf this.
And it's all because of the aggression, like from Eternal. Like they go for that early wall, they get the EMP and the beat. If they play slow there and they get beat at an EMP, like how the Reign wants, then they just lose, right? But now because of their aggression, Reign doesn't get the EMP that they want, and the beat is like mediocre too because Ursa's already dead. So I just love the aggression. I love the choke holding from the Eternal right there.
冻住，不许走。
Yeah, that's how it ends.
Victory.
So it's not even that bad of an attack for the Reign. Just like good retake plans for Eternal, except on that first point. And just overall, like if I were to say one thing that the Reign lost this game on, it's one, the Mei walls that they got, and two, just the pace of the game that the Eternal had over the Reign. Like Eternal kept using their ults first, they kept taking high ground first, they kept like just taking all the space first before the Reign was like ready for it. And then it's already too late, right? Like if you don't do all the steps you need to do before the fights happen, that's when you lose a lot of these fights that happen. And Eternal like really took advantage of like the slow pace that the Reign had, especially like the first 2 maps. Not so much the last 2 maps that we reviewed, but Busan and King's Row were like Reign sitting back in a clump, Eternal going for all the plays, and the Reign just falling and dying, you know? And then I feel like Eternal also had a really good understanding of how to use their ults. And with how strong the Reign looked on their Reign Orisa comp, they looked a lot weaker with the D.Va. But I mean, now we're going to go into hero bans territory. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a lot different. I think the Reign are going to be very strong in this first week because I think Sombra play is going to be really good. They have Edison. I think Winston's play is going to be really good. They have Pokpo. So I'm super excited to see them play next week. I think they are going to dominate. Okay, so everyone on YouTube, thank you for watching this VOD review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.